As a city, we have made significant investment in addressing our aging infrastructure. This has remained a top priority for this commission and past commissions. Last June, we broke ground on the Orange Avenue reconstruction project. Once completed, this $18 million project will provide a complete overhaul of a major corridor in the heart of our Midtown community. The project is not without its issues. Road closures have made it harder for customers to patronize long-standing, locally owned businesses. The city has worked diligently to expedite the construction along critical sections and increase signage along the detour route to improve access to affected businesses. We will continue to be sensitive to these business owners. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard was repaved from Orange Avenue south to Shady Place. Pedestrian safety is vital for a healthy community. The city is committed to improving existing sidewalks and building new ones where they are needed. Right now, crews are constructing a new sidewalk in front of Westside Elementary School on Jimmy Ann Drive. It's not all city projects. The city has partnered with outside agencies to maximize investment and value. These partnerships reduce the tax burden to city residents. One of our partners, the Florida Department of Transportation, is investing $300 million in 3 years into making our roads safer. The I-95 project is a $205 million project to widen the roadway and upgrade the interchanges. There are also millions of dollars available to improve the aesthetics of the International Speedway Boulevard Gateway. The city is actively involved with the Florida Department of Transportation in the design process. Improvements to International Speedway Boulevard are not just concentrated on the west side of the city. Construction will soon begin in the core area of our city as well. The area from Nova Road to Lincoln Avenue will soon undergo a makeover thanks to a grant from the Florida Department of Transportation. The city has partnered with Daytona Beach Shores to improve water quality and accommodate existing and future growth by proposing a new sewer line across the Halifax River. This project is currently in design. Volusia County is committed to replacing the existing Veterans Memorial Bridge. The $47 million proposed structure will be iconic in its architecture. Lift station number 10, which services the West ISB corridor, is under construction and will allow for future growth of the area, while lift station number 2 in downtown is also under construction. Both projects replace and upgrade aged infrastructure. In Daytona Beach, we're blessed with an extensive network of parks and public spaces. There's a renewed sense of pride and optimism, which is reflected in the recent improved level of quality and care of the city's public spaces. We're continually evaluating the condition of our facilities and seeking opportunities to make improvements. One of the largest and most visible additions is the new video board and scoreboard at Municipal Stadium. Thanks to a grant from the Daytona Beach Racing and Recreation District and a sponsorship by Pepsi, the city installed this state-of-the-art amenity. The video board made its debut during the NAIA National Championship game in December. The city received multi-agency funding for major improvements to the Halifax River Trail in Daytona Beach. The Halifax River Trail extends 11 miles through Volusia County from Port Orange to Ormond Beach. Once completed, the trail will provide safe crossing for bicyclists and pedestrians under the heavily traveled International Speedway Boulevard Bridge. The city is seeking grants for other popular public places. Derbyshire Park and Sports Complex is the city's busiest park, and it has a high level of recreational value to youth and adults. Soccer, tennis, outdoor basketball, baseball, football, and other activities are provided at this 32-acre facility. The city requested $350,000 for a drainage and irrigation system, grading and turf for the athletic fields, a complete renovation of the tennis and basketball courts, and the addition of playground equipment. A grant request has been submitted for Daisy Stocking Park, which is located in the Midtown redevelopment area, for badly needed renovations. Existing seating needs to be replaced, and there is a need for better lighting and fencing. Another popular facility in our Midtown redevelopment area is the activity building at the Dickerson Community Center. It is a meeting place and rental facility for reunions, receptions, and classes. It is in need of renovation to include new windows, refurbishment of the bathrooms, new lockers, floor replacement, interior painting, ceiling tile replacement, and air conditioning. The historic band shell has been an iconic structure since it was built in the 1930s. It's important to preserve this unique piece of history. Currently, there is a request to the state for $350,000. The city's request is ranked 22nd out of 67 projects, and we're hopeful that we get fully funded. Dogs are man's best friend, and our residents have asked for another dog park in the city. We have a funding request to add one in Lenox Park on the city's beach side. The city's partnership with Zoom Air, the zipline operator in Tuscaloosa Park, has benefited both the city and the operator. There is regular activity in this oasis located in the middle of our city. As communities across the country struggle with the very real issues of race and social inequality, our police department is a shining example of a law enforcement agency working with the community to create partnerships and being accountable. I want to thank the Daytona Beach Police Department for being proactive and responsive to our community. As unrest and protests captured the attention of our nation, the Daytona Beach Police Department continued to communicate with community leaders and our residents. The police department also hosted a mandatory diversity in the workforce workshop last fall. Last year, the City Commission authorized the purchase of an additional 50 body cameras for our officers in patrol, bringing our total to 100 cameras for patrol officers and 12 for SWAT members. This technology, which Daytona Beach has used since 2012, protects both the officers who wear the cameras and the civil liberties of the public they serve. Other cities are just now starting to follow this trend. In June, the Daytona Beach Police Department debuted a real-time crime center. Using the latest technology, our police department is the first in the state to combine this technology to keep officers and the community safer and to solve crimes quicker. As a parent and an educator, one of my top priorities is mentoring and positively influencing the lives of our youth. This year, the police department will hire 26 new officers, including 10 school resource officers. In the next school year, Daytona Beach officers will be in 6 elementary, 2 middle, and 2 high schools within the city limits. This program, the first time it's been done with Daytona Beach officers, is possible with the help of a federal grant and a partnership with the Volusia County School Board. Not only will this partnership provide safety benefits, but officers will also foster positive relationships with our city's youths, serving as role models and mentors. Our Police Athletic League, or PAL program, is another resource for our at-risk children. The after-school tutoring program is a success, and for the first time, there will be a summer program at the Yvonne Scarlett Golden Cultural and Educational Center. Daytona Beach's fire department is the busiest agency in Volusia County, responding to almost 20,000 emergency incidents in 2014. In August, the department will receive 2 new fire engines. These new engines replace units that are more than 20 years old. These purchases mark the first order in the city's apparatus replacement program. Thanks to a FEMA grant, our hardworking firefighters will be safer and better equipped when fighting fires. The department received $420,000 for new breathing air packs to be worn during emergency responses. The fire department will offer hands-only CPR training in the upcoming year. It is intended for bystanders untrained in traditional CPR. As part of the department's community outreach program, this life-saving training will be offered to all city employees and the community at no charge. The Volusia Safe Harbor Project is designed to enlist the cooperation of all stakeholders interested in finding solutions to homelessness in our county. As envisioned, the project will meld all of the current participants providing some form of service into a one-stop center where those in need can find all of the services they require and have a safe place to stay while they are receiving help. Early this month, the City Commission unanimously authorized a 14-month contract with Dr. Robert Marbut to move the Volusia Safe Harbor project forward. We have the luxury of having two new community centers in our city, the Midtown Cultural and Educational Center and the Yvonne Scarlett Golden Center. Through partnerships with the YMCA, PAL, and the Boys and Girls Club in the Dickerson Center, we have been able to expand the educational and recreational programs for our residents. The YMCA will expand the programs at the Cypress Aquatic Center. And this summer, the Black Clergy Alliance will use Sunnyland Park to offer a summer camp for youth. Last summer, the city offered full-time employment services to high school students. The YES program was successful in not only offering real job experience, but also providing mentoring and life skills training. The city is hopeful it can offer this program again this year. We're working hard to diversify our workforce and attract more minorities. Currently, minority employees comprise nearly 26% of the city's workforce. This is up from 23.7% in June 2013. While complying with applicable equal opportunity laws, the city has taken strides to increase its diversity within its workforce. Minority hiring has increased over the past 3 years, but there are still opportunities for improvement. Today, the city requires all minority applicants that are qualified for positions have the opportunity to interview. For promotional opportunities, all internal candidates, minority candidates, and veterans are given the opportunity to interview for the open position. These proactive steps have increased the diversity within the city's workforce to more closely mirror the diversity of the community it serves. From June 2013 to December 2014, the total percentage of minorities hired was 33.3%. In the police department, minority employees comprise more than 28% of the workforce, up from 16% in 2003. The city and the unions have taken great strides in the past year to reduce the cost of police officer and firefighter pensions, which make the plan more sustainable for members and taxpayers. Restructuring will save millions of dollars in future pension obligations. The City Commission supported changes to member benefits and eligibility requirements for new hires. These changes have resulted in a $2.4 million funding reduction over the past 3 years. Thousands of jobs have been created in the private sector, and as a result, the unemployment rate has decreased to 6.5%, down from a high of 13% in 2010. According to a report by the Manpower Group, Volusia County will have the nation's third highest percentage of employers adding jobs in the first quarter of 2015. Construction continues on signature projects like Daytona Rising and Trader Joe's Distribution Center projects. Older hotel properties like the Streamline Hotel, Desert Inn, and the Hilton are being renovated to improve our area's hotel stock. New projects like the Hard Rock Hotel and the Daytona Beach Convention Hotel and condos will create temporary jobs during construction, as well as permanent jobs once opened. There are clear indicators our economy continues to improve, and both business owners and residents are showing more confidence. The number of residential and commercial permits has increased 48% from 2013 to 2014, and the valuation of work has increased 41% over the same time period.